This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Welcome back to The Cringe is Real, the podcast that cringes along with Australian reality TV and pop culture at large. I'm Sam Cremian, and I've only got 1 hour to successfully dissect each episode of Vanjie, 24 Hours of Love, with stupidly funny drag legend Lazy Susan. Vanjie, 24 Hours of Love, first aired on WOWPresents Plus in 2022, and it's waiting for you to binge right now if you haven't already. Lazy Susan.
Hello.
Welcome to The Cringe is Real.
Oh my God, it's so exciting to be here.
What has got you cringing this week?
Do you know what? When I entered Listener to this gorgeous studio that we're in, very high-tech studio, I had just had a cringy experience that I would perhaps like to relay for you now. So I am here in drag because I perform and always do podcasts in full drag.
Of course,
every time. Because otherwise I'm shortchanging you, the listener, of the sound of a drag queen. So I was about to I'm heading to trivia after this at the Avalon. And so I had to grab a bunch of things. And as a drag queen does when they leave the house, it's kind of like a Mother Courage situation. I've got every object that I've ever owned on my person. So I'm like, okay, well, I've got to grab the prizes for tonight. The Titanic clocks that we give out as the top prize for trivia.
It's always a Titanic clock?
Yes, it's always this one type of Titanic clock. It's got the Japanese movie poster on one side for Titanic. Then the other side, it's got a clock.
Stunning.
And then these gorgeous plasticized crystalline features. And then a boat that does not resemble the Titanic with that kind of split fluid inside that you might have tipped as a child. So I leave my things to go and get the Titanic clock from my car, which is parked up the road. And I'm in Clifton Hill and it's a gorgeous sunny afternoon. And I'm like, I don't even think about it because to me, it's like, who's going to pick something up? Like, I just have too much faith in humanity. So I go up to my car and about a minute later return holding my Titanic clocks. But from the distance, I can see a man holding my purse. And at first I think, oh, maybe it's my housemate. Maybe he's seen it and is like playing a prank or something. And then as I get closer, I'm like, no, that's not my housemate. That's an old man. And so I run full pelt in drag and like I wouldn't say what I'm wearing today is like the full like Priscilla drag. I'm wearing an oversized man's shirt.
Yeah. It's giving art smock.
Yes.
Art, like bosomy art teacher.
The fantasy here in my outfit is like I've just slept with my boss and I'm wearing his shirt and I'm like quite a petite woman. So it's really swamping me. So I'm wearing a very swamped businessman's shirt. Anyway, so I run towards him full pelt. And like there are times in my life where I worry that if we were in the Hunger Games or if there was a zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't be able to step up to the plate because I'm quite like femme, soft, supple and sensitive. And then sometimes I realize that there's a darkness that sits inside of me because I ran full pelt at this man. I was like, oi, what the fuck do you think you're doing with that, you fucking piece of shit? And this man, when he turned around and saw Ronald McDonald's poor wife running full pelt, you know that scene in White Chicks where it's like, where the fuck do you think you're going?
Meanwhile, he's already on Marketplace uploading all of the items from your handbag.
Well, so he's like literally doing a little inventory on our front wall, pulled out my AirPods, pulled out my fragrance. Yeah. I'm just like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And then I snatch my purse and this old man is like reeling because this is just not the series of events that I think he saw that faux Louis Vuitton purse and thought there was going to be maybe a woman would come around the corner and he could just be like, oh. Anyway, then he's like, oh, I just thought you were leaving it out. I thought this was like hard rubbish. I'm like, hard rubbish up the stairs.
Hard rubbish purse edition.
Next to my fucking front door. Single purse. Classic hard rubbish stuff. AirPods. Just leave it out. See what happens. And then
It's like, was there a little sticky note on it that said free?
Free.
Or take me? Or something? Or working condition?
and I said, yeah, you fucking did, you piece of shit. You fucking did, didn't you? And he was like, all right, easy on. And this man is telling me to calm down. And I'm like, typical man.
Ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm trying to rob you.
You're going to just step down, ma'am.
And I was like,
Amazing.
you fucking did, you fucking lousy piece of shit. And then he was like, oh, so what's your name? And I said, you don't get to get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is wrong with you, fucking loser? And then he was like, oh, all right. If I wanted to take it, I would have taken it. I was like, you were in the act of fucking taking it. I'm like, I cannot be gaslit by my robber today.
You've been through a lot, and it's all in the name of Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, a.k.a. Miss Vanjie.
Yeah, we're here to preach
And
the
her
gospel.
quest for true love. This show, in my high level notes I have, this show is art. And it's close to perfect, I would
think
say.
so.
In the reality world, I think this is like almost at perfection.
Well, because you watch a lot of
I
reality
watch
TV.
so much of this shit, and this is the one where I'm like, I tell a lot of people to watch this.
It's
and they're never disappointed.
It's really,
Yeah.
to me, it feels like the postmodern reality television show. Like, it is
Yeah.
if you could put a pin, wrap up reality TV forever and had one thing to kind of talk about late stage reality television, it is this.
Yeah.
Because it's so, it is almost like, you know how Drag Race used to spoof the form of America's Next Top Model? This is like a spoof of the form of like The Bachelor.
Well, I think Tila Tequila walked so
Yes.
that Vanjie could run.
And that's this was that. I think there's this, oh God, I think she's this like, is she a Scottish philosopher called Iris Murdoch? And she talks about piercing the veil. And I think like there's this idea of piercing the veil where you can understand reality and see it for what it is. And I think the show itself starts with all of the trappings and the like adornments of a reality TV show. But as it goes on, it becomes more decrepit because of the concept.
And everyone gets progressively drunker
Yes.
as this show goes on, and therefore it's more entertaining.
And it's one of the few shows that shows you the hangover. Because on
Yes.
Tequila, like, you tend to see the
there's a day
drunkenness.
off.
Yeah.
The fact that there is no day off, the fact that they just shot the whole thing in one go. More shows need to do this,
I
by
would
the way.
love another season of 24 Hours at Love with Vanessa
Who would you cast as another person from the Drag Race universe if they were to do this same format again?
Who do I think Derek Barry coming back to
Yes.
do this, like to.
But
cast,
he's already in
I
5 boyfriends.
But
Isn't he another one?
I think that could be the concept.
Or like join the
like
24 hours of throuple.
Yes.
Okay,
And then the other boyfriends come in
Yeah.
to judge, like Nebraska and everything.
love
I think that would be good.
Nebraska.
Willem would be good, but maybe more of as a host.
Oh yeah.
And it's just to hook up, not to get together.
Yeah.
And do you know, I think we'll get to it, but when Violet and Gottmik come into this,
You mean Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie?
Yes.
Because that is their dynamic.
it's so
It's their
uncanny.
dynamic.
They-
But also, wow, make that a show.
I was literally saying this the
Yes.
other day. I'm like, where is the simple life? You would, I need this show.
literally
to exist.
like uncanny.
yeah.
And you've dabbled in WOWPresents
I
Plus.
was
You've
gonna
produced
say,
a show.
I am weirdly qualified to talk on
Exactly.
this because I too am a producer of a WOW original series. So for those uninitiated, WOW, who produces Drag Race, decided to take some of the YouTube content they were doing and form their own Netflix, their own Paramount Plus. And it's called WOWPresents Plus, and they do make like original content. Now the difference is when Netflix can spend $1 billion on new programming, they have 25 cents
$25.
and a bunch of desperate drag queens. So they've spun out a lot of drag queens into various lo-fi shows. And I would say that 24 Hours of Love is the highest value show that's ever been on it. But we did this first.
Which
and-
is saying something.
Which is crazy. We did the very first Australian WOW Presents Plus show,
Yeah,
which
Highway
is
to
called
Heal.
Highway to Heal with Art Simone.
And
I-
you were hidden behind some trash in the backseat of a
was
car. It was
sat
so
in the
chic.
back seat. But yeah, because I think when they originally had asked us to do that, they thought we would just do a classic format, green screen, get it done in a day. But we were like, no, we're going to shoot us driving through like the Australian landscape and blah, 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 blah. And the budget didn't change. But I think we got like just shy of 10 grand to make that like whole show.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was great fun. It
It
was
was
like a COVID era show as well.
definitely.
So like in a car,
Depths
like,
of COVID.
you know,
Yeah,
social
social
distancing,
quote unquote.
stunning.
No, we were outside of the Iron Ring. We shot it in.
Oh, that's
Geelong.
right. It was. We couldn't do it in Metro Melbourne because
no.
that was.
We
like,
actually
the
got special
apocalypse was
government
taking
permission to go out and shoot that. Can you believe that?
Yeah, Dan Andrews himself came down and signed off on it.
He did. He loves the Queen.
Let's get into this show because the clock is ticking. It's called Too Many Men, Too Little Time, the first
my
episode,
God.
which is so good. Yes. And we meet our suitor, Miss Vanjie. And I love my favorite thing. So I love the pronouns on this show. It's like Vanjie, he, him.
And also that the very first thing she's like, we're heading back to the mansion.
The Vansion. Okay, so the Vansion is the best thing ever. Like when they said Vansion, I was like, I'm in.
She knows exactly what she is doing.
The Vansion. And I reckon she came up with that.
There is no way that they like. I think that the reason WoW loves like Vanjie and Eureka and girls like her is because they just don't need any prompt
No.
to just begin.
You just go like go.
They were like, I will
Yeah,
write
yeah.
12 seasons in a movie of a TV show.
Exactly.
for you.
So she starts off by calling this a social experiment.
Which feels like an abdication of any responsibility to
Yes.
date any of these men.
It also means they don't need like a HR department. They don't need welfare checks because it was an experiment.
It's an experiment, and if it goes wrong...
Exactly. Like Gretel Colleen called early Big Brother Australia a social experiment.
Yeah.
They call maths a social experiment. I'm like, I call bullshit. This is
torture.
trauma and torture.
Yeah, and they found these men.
These men. So the best thing is as well, they find these men and they seemingly tell them nothing. They're like, you're going to be on a show, and I think that's it. And
Yeah.
there will be free alcohol, and you will be in a mansion.
You
And they're like,
They're like,
sure.
"Mansion?"
And they got 19 or was it 18 people
I
to
don't
come?
think this concept works in a city other than LA. The hunger of like, I feel like every week you would just rock up on a reality TV show just to eat.
Yeah.
Like gay men just showing up being like, I need to work this week.
We meet Blake, who says, I've been waiting for this day my whole life. And I'm like, honey. But then in the next sentence says, I have no idea what to expect because I've been told nothing. And so I'm just like, so on the one hand, you've got like, yeah, they're there and they're just happy to be there, but they also have no idea what's going on. They have no idea who the suitor is. Some of them are like, are we just here to like fuck these other guys?
They all thought, I watched the reunion.
Oh, we're going to get to the reunion.
But
don't you worry.
they all
I paid
thought-
$7.30 to watch the reunion.
good.
It was worth it.
It
Every
was.
cent. We get huge texts. It's like 25 hours to go, and we start. Noel, we meet first. He's the hot acrobat.
Oh,
with
yes.
the piercings.
He's got a
Very
little
sexy.
slit in his eyebrow.
He's got the eyebrows done. When he walked in, I was like, oh, okay, they actually found some hot guys.
Is that the one? Is that your first pick?
He was
'Cause
my
I know
fir-
who I like.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Should we say on three?
Oh, no.
Our
Well,
number one?
I just know him by how I describe him. I couldn't remember his
Oh,
fucking
okay.
name.
Because I've definitely got...
Do you have a pick?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, mine's the most obvious Melbourne answer.
Go.
The mustache mate.
Derek.
Derek.
He's so Melbourne.
He's such a shit stirrer.
I've met him, like, he's so
That's like
Brunswick
he's like,
East.
I'm a director.
I'm a
like,
director.
I
And then
bet.
his movies are like, they're porn, but they're like art porn. I'm like, fuck off, Derek.
I just love what a smug piece of shit he
Yeah.
is. Anyway, what's your pick?
My pick was Craig.
Craig.
He's the tall,
Like-
hot, like, but geeky guy.
yeah,
with
yeah.
He's has no idea how sexy he is.
I think everyone.
They
They
all-
were all saying that they were trying to hit him up later
in
on.
the reunion,
Yeah,
they're all
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Craig, why don't you put... They were like, I messaged you on Grindr. And he's like, oh, yeah, I just don't really use that much.
He is
He's
hot.
hot.
He is actually the better option.
I was like, what are you doing here?
Well, then he doesn't know.
I also really liked Ernesto, the one with the
Oh, yes,
braces.
he's cute.
So
He actually
cute.
doesn't know how cute he is.
There's no idea.
He had just gotten off the bus and he got like swifted in.
the bus from San Francisco.
yeah.
Go do yourself a favor, stalk his Instagram. The braces are off, honey,
They
and
look
he
good.
is he's thriving in LA.
God.
Yeah.
Where will we see him next?
Who knows? So we meet the fags. They're in the house.
And this house is like an Airbnb. It's like an upscale.
It's
Airbnb.
like it's a nice Airbnb,
Yeah.
but it's
It's not like
No.
a mansion. It's a van.
under a grand, I think.
Yeah.
For that one night that they had to book it for with the late checkout. Jose, we meet, who's the one
my
that's like,
God.
I'm Puerto Rican, she's Puerto Rican, I'm in entertainment, she's in entertainment.
Jose is a
Wow.
yeah.
Jose is there and already thinks he's better than the show
whole
itself.
Yeah.
Which is what you need in reality TV
Well, that's
casting.
it. And this is a rare occurrence where
Yeah.
everyone is better than the show itself.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah, yeah.
incredible.
He also reveals to us that you might know my ex-boyfriend, Mark Jacobs.
Bitch.
I was
My
screaming.
longest relationship was with Mark Jacobs. That is like
And he's like, I'm so happy for him and his husband. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck off.
and I was
bitch.
people might know me from Big Brother. And I'm
That's
like,
right, he was on Big
You've
Brother."
just been doing the rounds
Yeah.
since day one. And I think that there's a few people that I suspect here were like the producers calling up at me like, can you please come and do this show?
Yeah.
And I think it might be Derek is a friend of production. There's no way that's not the case.
Yeah.
Because Derek just feels like he's
100%.
playing like weird.
I actually
mind
think
games.
he was going to be there, like holding a boom mic
Yeah.
or something. By the way, which we see all those people because there's all these wide shots where you just see the fucking crew. But then last minute they're like, do you want to like
Yeah,
be
just jump
in
in
it?
quickly. And then Jose
Yeah.
is like their like celebrity.
Yeah, right. The big draw
Yeah.
card. Tyler is adorable. He's the one who's like a bit balding. He hates monogamy. He's like, I'm not into monogamy. I'm into open. And I'm like, same sis. But
girl.
then we learn that Vanjie very
She's-
much into the traditional.
I think that's the
thing.
interesting thing about the show is how traditional Vanjie is. It's like
Is she though, or is she just saying that because she's on TV? I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like on these dating shows, they're told like you need to sound like a real catch.
Well, I wonder because she also. I mean, maybe like drag queens can be randomly quite like prudish about certain
True.
things because it's like they're at a different end of the spectrum.
Speaking of, we meet Dakota, who amazing breakout star, who tells
Truly.
us she does drag, she does porn.
I'm an entertainer.
She's an entertainstress.
She's here to advocate
Gemini,
for
something.
There's so much star sign talk in this. It's incredible.
like-
it is actually like LA. It's just the most LA
Yeah.
thing. Apparently that's it. They had to get like hand in their whole chart before they were allowed on the show.
The wait is over. The gays find out what the fuck this is about, and it's to meet Miss Vanjie, and the bell rings.
I think that they like at first think she's gonna be the
Host, 100%.
She's the funny
They're
host.
like, she's the funny host, and they're gonna bring out some like
Hot.
hot guy, and then they're like, and then they even do like, you're gonna meet this guy. He's incredible. He's an international superstar.
It is so weird. I think that's the other thing that kind of breaks the reality of the show, which is this like we're not used to sexualizing drag queens. We're not used to like
No.
seeing them as
Like Dakota knows, there's so much stigma
Yeah, the
in the community.
stigma.
The stigma
But I think it's like
about being a sex worker.
and like so it's like from that moment on,
Yeah.
like these men that would are more horny for fame than they are for Vanjie. Although Vanjie is a babe, like
Oh,
not
Vanjie's
to take that away,
gorgeous,
but I
but
just
it's
think-
like not who you would think of as like a catch straight away.
and those people would not
Yeah.
be like, I need to get with
I don't wanna fuck
Jose.
Vanjie. I don't know. I've been out with some of these Drag Race girls before
Yeah.
in the height of their fame, and the guys that throw themselves at them,
Under the bus.
I'm like, wow.
Time to get a
Okay,
wig on.
so it's I like honestly, I kind of buy it. And
Time to get a
okay,
wig on.
so it's honestly, I kind of buy it, and especially in LA, like you
Yeah.
could not do this show anywhere else. They would. It's a fame fuck exercise.
Yeah.
They don't care who it is. This was like the height of Vanjie's fame, right? Like
Totally.
22 hours and 45 minutes to go.
I'm sweating. It's like deactivating a bomb.
It is.
The bomb is Vanjie's pussy.
And they have a pool party. So basically the premise of this show, if you haven't seen it, is that every hour on the hour, a terrifying bell rings that goes, "Come on, Miss Vanjie!" And Vanjie has to cut one of the faggots.
It's like a horror. It's like an A24
It's
horror
actually
film.
like an actor. They're locked in the house. She even uses the term "locked in"
Yeah.
at one point, and I'm like, okay. They get provided with JJ Malibu swimwear, and they have to do a little swimwear runway.
I love that they got a
moment.
sponsor. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's not always easy to get a sponsor for a Wow Presents Plus show.
This is where we meet Anthony, who's the chaotic bottom. And I love that they just know this straight away because they start asking, and this is like reality TV 101.
Yeah.
They ask the queens, who do you think should be sent home? And Dakota immediately points at Anthony. He's like, this bitch.
This fucking child.
And then the episode ends with said bottom face planting into like the bit between the hot tub and the pool.
Oh my
Because she's already
God.
drunk and it's like an hour in.
I do love the amount of visible alcohol
Oh.
consumption. It you know, like Wake in Fright, that it like iconic Australian cult
Yes.
film. This is like that. Like it's like in that film, you get worn down by like, they're drinking beer, they're really drunk, and then you see them in the morning in the Australian piping hot sun, and they're still drinking beer like it's water.
Exactly.
And it just slowly is sending them into a state of madness, and that is the essence of this show. Is it like you're like, oh, fun celebration, oh, they're still drinking, oh my god, another shot of Jameson, oh, this is still happening.
Episode 2
Yes.
is called Hot Tub Showdown.
If you're not watching a show with an episode 2 called Hot Tub Showdown, are you watching television?
No, you're not. 22 hours and 36 minutes to go. There are drunk faggots splashing in the pool. There's this long hair guy, Blake. The one that Vanjie's mum is like, not you. I don't like you.
We're going to talk
Blake
about him.
is heaven because Blake's
So-
just there. He's got like quite feminine features, but then
Yeah.
this mustache.
Yeah.
Like very intriguing face.
It's a good... That's a very nice thing to say.
Do you know what I mean?
Just quite an intriguing face.
I was like, I want to know more about Blake, but we don't ever get to learn anything about
oh,
Blake.
no, and we're going to have,
And then Derek, we meet Derek. He's the porn director guy, whatever. Jose is like, he's very LA. And I'm like, and you're not.
You're like the two sides of LA.
Exactly. And then speaking of
loved it.
Derek's, Derek Barry arrives. Thank fuck.
The other thing about this show is that there is every single guest on the show is immaculate.
Perfect.
And perfect for where it appears in the duration of the show.
It's chef's kiss.
Derek Barry needs to be on every reality television show ever. Their energy is impeccable. They are so earnest.
Yeah.
Like it is. If the show has LA energy, Derek has the most Vegas energy.
Yeah.
Like
that Vegas review show or whatever that was like
I can't. I deal.
the thruple. I need more of it. They have to do a sexy runway in the swimwear.
in the sponsored
And I was
swimwear.
mostly excited for Craig, who ate a banana, and it was hot. And I love this because Derek and Vanjie sitting there, and they're drinking their drink, and they're like, oh, and they're just like, it's like in a show when someone's looking at someone hot, and they're like, start gorging on like their food or their drink or whatever because they're so turned on. It's like that. So good.
Do you know what's so funny as well about this, Miss Gaze, is that when we went and did the Dales, I don't remember if you remember this. When we went to Dalesford for the for the Fringe, or like I can't. It was gay
chill
time.
out.
Chill out.
Yeah, gay times. One of those.
You and me and your husband and my two drag sisters ended up at a party that was so similar to this energy
with the hot tub.
The hot tub with like it was like a
and
rented
I was
house.
the chaotic bottom.
And it was so...
That was this
It
show.
was
Oh
the
my
show.
God.
And I was like, this is so funny that we're both talking about this because we have been to this house and we...
I remember this, and Zelda Moon was just sitting on that porch the whole night being like, I hate these faggots.
And,
I was like, tea.
If you're familiar with my sister, like my sister Zelda Moon and I, we like Zelda was in this jumper that was like just like a gorgeous like big knit jumper, classic and very like Melbourne diva.
Yeah.
And there were men in nothing.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a toothbrush. That was it. Like,
I walked in on just full anal happening in the bathroom because the bathroom door did not have a lock, and I just walked in and I was like, oh.
And there are times in your life when you are in situations that are completely alien and foreign. And Zelda and I could not have been more fish out of water. Like, and so Zelda's in this jumper, and this guy comes up, and he's like this, like, I don't know, twink from hell, and he's
There
like,
was plenty of those
your
there.
jumper, that's so crazy. Like, he just didn't know.
You're wearing clothes.
He didn't know how to respond to a textile that was something other than spandex or like fluorescent, like day glow, like mesh. But when I was watching the show, I was like, this is the energy that was at that party where it's like men fucking in a hot tub. You remember? And Miss
Very.
Lemon Chiffon was actually like going
she
for it.
was, yeah.
Shout out to
getting
Lemon
into it.
Chiffon.
Tommy is the one that looks like Rosé.
Yes.
Or like not really, but
Vanjie
Vanjie's like, you
decided-
look like Rosé. Just
You
because
look
she's
like my friend Rosé.
And then Rosé does like a real Britney impersonation in
Does
the
the
show.
hair flip.
The flip.
That's one of yours.
We love that. Dakota does a Speedo reveal, which was actually quite chic. I was like,
I was impressed.
okay. And then out of nowhere we hear the 22-hour bell go, Miss Vanjie, and someone's got to go. So we get some shots of Tommy talking about body image because you know this show does deep dive into some serious issues.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I really had to be brave to come here and to get into this hot tub.
To wear this Speedo at the party.
Yeah.
Derek Barry goes, look, everyone, you did a great job.
Derek,
You did you turned it out.
Derek is
She's
like
serious.
taking this
So
It's
seriously.
incredible. That's why you need Derek. She's the best.
And she's like, you've not only made change to body positivity within our community, but you killed it. And then Vanjie points to two of them and she's like, you and you. And then we get a confessional from Tommy and he goes, there I was, standing in front of all these guys and Vanjie and God. And I've never felt so vulnerable. And with that, Vanjie cuts Rosé. She does. That's when Rosé goes home.
And then does she cry?
Oh, yeah. They all cry.
It was incredible. So Rosé was the one that in the reunion says that she sucked off her Uber driver on the way home.
Honey.
So imagine you are driving around the
Heaven.
valley or wherever the fuck they shot this show, and you're an Uber driver and you pick up this like rosé looking motherfucker
With the big quiff.
with a hair gelled high to God. And you're like, what's going on in there? And they're like, I just got kicked off a show.
Like,
and
you
you
wanna
think
suck
it's like
some
The
dick?
Bachelor. You think it's like a real reality TV show. So you're like, the star fucker economy. I'm going to fuck this person just to find out.
I mean, I've heard a similar story on your podcast, so...
But you know, there's no one in this story that is not better than the concept of the show. Even that Uber driver deserved to be blowing someone from
Heaven.
The Bachelor. Like, he didn't...
I wish it wasn't an Uber driver. In my fantasy, it was like a WOWPresents Plus employee.
I mean,
and then there
they
was
could be the same.
And then there was like a full HR scandal.
Yes, well, if they but they don't have HR.
No, they
Plus,
don't.
let me tell you.
Hot Craig and Vanjie chat, but Hot Craig is really nervous. You can tell he's like he's like a big overgrown like Labrador. He's really uncomfortable and he's in his own skin. And this is when they start to turn to the famous reality TV trope of some people aren't here for the right reasons. But I'm like, okay, can we just pause for 2 seconds? Because firstly, none of you people knew who the fuck this show was like for, let alone what this show was. Like 5 hours ago, you had no idea what you're doing.
I'm beginning to suspect that not all of these people came to fall in love with internationally renowned Drag Race contestant Vanessa Vanjie
Vanjie Mateo, and I'm gonna need to let her know that
and it shows
in private.
the lack of dedication to Vanjie.
Oh, it's cute. And then he walks off and breaks a glass, and Vanjie's like, "Damn it, Greg!"
Oh, that's right. That was cute.
That was cute. Kishan is also very cute.
Who is Kishan?
Kishan's the one that his whole personality is like, I'm from Tennessee or wherever.
Oh, yes.
And in Tennessee, we just don't have there.
He
there are
said
no
that
gay
he made
people.
fun of gay people.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
tells
said
this
you
story-
have to.
Yeah, it was so good. He's like, I remember, like, it's like one of those really sad reality TV stories. And he's like, I remember so distinctly all my friends, when they'd see a gay guy, they'd make fun of him.
They go, what a dumb faggot. And I would have to laugh. I'm
I
like,
would-
no, you didn't.
I would also have to make fun of him and hit him with a bat.
And then we killed
That's just how
him.
it is in Tennessee. And I'm like, bitch, your
But I'm like, what
skeletons-
year is this?
Yeah,
like, is Tennessee, like, come on. Yeah, so that's his trauma. He tells that story like 6 times.
I love it. I'm like, and I just had to because everyone else was doing it.
Oh, and Kishan, even better. Kishan goes, he opens up in the hot tub and he's like, guys, I'm becoming the gay I want to be. I mean, like, I started watching Drag Race this year.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, no.
Oh my God. Can I tell you quickly about watching Drag Race? Dear friend, Miss Art Simone, star of Highway to Heal, was telling me that she was at this fundraising event recently and a very, like, A-list radio presenter came up to her. She's like, can I just say I love Drag Race? And Art's like, yeah,
Well, Art's like,
wow.
I don't.
And then this woman was like, you should go on. And then,
Stop.
And she was like, actually, I was the very first person to ever walk on to Drag Race Down Under. And the woman's like, I don't watch Drag Race Down Under.
The woman's like, there was a Drag Race Down Under?
And so like that
Oh
guy
my
is,
God,
I
that
just
is
started
so
watching Drag
funny.
Race this year.
You should go on. I'm just gonna start doing that.
You
Next
should
time
go
I
on.
meet someone from Drag Race Down Under.
Don't say that to me,
I'm in
Cooper. She'll kill you.
I'm gonna be like, Bumper, so good to see you. You should audition.
You'd be good.
You'd be good. You'd
Yeah.
be really good. I reckon you'd go, I don't know.
Maybe
mid- Anthony continues to be the chaotic bottom.
Yes.
And then he's like, look, I'm just looking for love. I'm here for the right reasons. He's like giving all that spiel. And Jose, I love this, Jose and Jose. It's very confusing.
Vanjie is Jose. This guy is
It's
Josiah, but he goes by Jose.
Yeah, but you should already know that because he's a big deal from Big Brother.
Big Brother.
And Jose, this is so funny. Jose's like, I don't even care about the cameras. He's like, these cameras don't even need to be here. I'm here for true love. Blah, blah, blah. And then Derek chimes in. And this is like the first like proper fight of the season. And they're still in the hot tub. And they're clashing over intentions and blah, blah, blah. And then, okay, this is when the whole thing turns to who's got an OnlyFans. And I'm like dying.
What reality show have you ever seen this on? Where it's like explicit.
In the second episode, they're like, so who's got an OnlyFans?
Because we all know on The Bachelor, like half of those people all have OnlyFans.
Yeah. Exactly. So you might as well just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Which is stunning. And Josiah goes, yeah, I've got OnlyFans, but I do not do penetration.
I was just trying to support
It was COVID.
I went to sleep.
I
woke up to 50,000
50,000!
likes. I hadn't advertised it. I put just a picture up and it was 50,000 likes. What was I meant to do?
But the way he keeps bringing it back to, oh, but I draw the line at penetration. I'm like, bitch, maybe you shouldn't.
Literally, I mean,
Maybe it'd be 500,000.
Dakota is the only person who's like being honest about
Dakota's very comfortable with themselves in terms of like
and it ends up
doing porn, doing drag, all that. But yeah, Dakota's always got like a sex workers' rights speech ready to go, and
that is what
I'm
she
here for
came
that.
on the show for. She's telling her story.
Yeah, and that checks out. Every party I go to, there's someone
There's
ready
someone
to give a
who's-
spiel
yeah,
about
yeah.
sex worker rights, and I'm like, okay.
I just said, do you want a tequila? Here we are.
Yeah. This happens to me every time. Tyler gets cut at this point. Tyler was the one balding, a bit cute. I thought he was very cute.
I think he was like the only man with any body hair.
Yeah,
which
which
I was-
again,
yeah.
I mean, Craig has a little
Yeah.
bit. It's a, yeah.
Yeah.
I need that. And then she also cuts Kishan, which I'm
Yeah.
like, What?
Kishanu's stunning.
So stunning.
We didn't mention that when we were talking about his hate crime, but he is really hot. And in the reunion, I was like, you're really hot. What's happening here?
Very hot.
Yeah.
On the way out, Derek Barry recommends to Vanjie, honey, you gotta get serious. You gotta cut like 6 of them like now.
She wants to end the show. She's like, you're not
cut
going to
'em.
be here for 24 hours.
She's like,
are
wrap
you?"
this shit up.
She's like,
I can think of 5 off the top of my head right now that you can cut.
this is like, they're producing the show as they're making
Yes!
it, as they're hosting
But
it.
that's if I want that level of friendship. Like I
It's
want my friends to be
so
like,
good.
babe, what you need right now, I'm gonna give it to you straight. You need to cut 5 of these contestants.
But it's like only drag queens because they're like drag queens are bridge trolls. Like Vanjie is one of the hotter drag queens, but like we're all pretty fucking disgusting. Just to be in front of like 18 of LA's like hottest, well, like arguably very hot men, and to just be like, cut them, they're disgusting, and you're like, what are you talking about? Like,
I think it's like TikTok.
we've got to make a show here. They've got to play. Yeah, we don't want to pay the late checkout.
Yeah. And of course, Dakota is just living for the drama. Ulysses is a person that exists. Ulysses is so cute. He doesn't
lingerie.
No, that's Brandon.
Oh my god,
Brandon is lingerie. Fuck me, this lingerie guy.
He has an OnlyFans.
Doesn't he?
Well, that's he said that he.
Oh,
uses it to
they all
advertise-
do. But
he uses it to advertise
the lingerie.
Yes,
and there's no penetration.
Nothing untoward. He's just using it to advertise his lingerie business.
And then, this is so good. They have a fight. Brandon and Derek are fighting. And Derek's like, bye, girl. To which Brandon replies, I am not a girl. I have a penis. So I was like, put that on your merch.
We're learning so much about. If they came out with merch for anything House of Vanjie, I will buy it. I will buy anything. I'll buy a shopping bag. I'll buy an umbrella.
A stopwatch.
Yeah, no, we
with
learned
the Vanjie alarm every hour.
An alarm clock.
It just goes,
That's actually a
Vanjie,
good
come
idea.
on.
And also, listener, if you haven't seen the show, which I assume
No, do
98%.
stop. Pause now and go and watch it.
The lighting in this house is they haven't added lighting. This is the lighting in the house. They are being lit by halogen bulbs from the year 2001. It is so shiny. The eyes are like little black holes where they're like being shone on just their forehead. It is incredible at all times. There is no soft lighting in this house.
Episode 3 is called The Wrath of Mom. And finally, we get to meet.
Is her name Ellen?
Her name is Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Which she does not look like an Annabelle.
The original horror Annabelle.
The original Annabelle.
The original possessed doll.
Give her a fucking show.
The mother of Vanessa Vanjie.
The mother that birthed Vanessa Vanjie.
If you ever wonder where this level of psychosis came from, this woman is the answer.
And she's, can I just say, stunningly beautiful.
Stunning. Like, she's dressed like Shania Twain.
Oh yeah,
she's wearing
is.
like
Big
cowboy
glasses,
hat.
cowboy hat. She's just almost like Kyle Richards with the Kimosabi hat. Yeah. She's
so chic.
An oversized jacket.
Yes.
She looks great.
Incredible.
And we see a few looks from her actually, because she does come back.
She is our only returning guest, and they made the right choice.
It's so good. So Mummy's there, but first, Brandon and Derek are still fighting, and the dolls are drunk. Jose loves to tell us in confessional how intelligent he is. So his whole thing, he's like, "I'm so smart.
I'm
like,
really
do you know how smart I am?
I'm
During
intelligent.
COVID, I started OnlyFans because that's how smart I am." It's like, okay, you.
Yeah, the entire Western Seaboard.
So they call out Jose here, some of the boys, for being the center of attention. They're like, it's too much, blah, blah, blah. And we get a flashback to like 20 minutes ago of the hot tub fight. Jose's like, look, this is the price that I pay for popping out of my mum's vagina looking this good.
They're all
the
jealous.
lines just keep coming.
It's actually, why is the show, it's perfect.
It's so perfect. Dakota then gives us yet another spiel about the stigma behind sex work. And I'm like, wow, this show is like breaking boundaries, breaking barriers. This is the 500K line. Josiah being like, yes. I woke up in the morning to 500K. Blah, 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 blah. Jack. We haven't talked about Jack yet. So we meet Jack now. Jack is from Wisconsin. He's wearing more makeup than Vanjie. And he wants to talk about how in Wisconsin, no one really cares about body image. But then moving to LA, he was like, oh, shit.
I had to learn.
I had to learn like what Ozempic was real quick. And he gives a little spiel about that. I love it. Like, I love we've got Kishan being like, in Tennessee, they don't have gay people.
We don't have bodies.
We don't have bodies. And then Jack from Wisconsin being like, nobody even cares what they look like in Wisconsin. I was like, wow, ouch. Like, way to just hate your people.
If a single person from Wisconsin, if a single person from Wisconsin has ever seen this show, I will lose my mind. This is not a thing.
They have a group hug. And then Mama Vanjie rocks up. Thank fuck. Firstly, she's in the bathroom with Vanjie and she's like, what am I doing here? And Vanjie goes, look, I want you to suss out the guys and tell me what's up.
Is she Puerto Rican?
Yeah.
And
at this point, she's fussing over his outfit.
Yeah.
Like, she's like rubbing like flyaways off the jacket. And I'm like, you are the best mum ever. Then she goes, let's go see what we got. Like, she's the executive producer of the show.
Truly, though, like, she knows she's on television. She's like, I don't know what's happening, but I will make this a moment.
They walk out and Vanjie goes, everybody, I'd like you to meet my mom, Annabelle, and then one gay, Nick, the one with the like peroxide hair and the beard that doesn't match. He's like, this is your mom? This is happening way too fast. Like you're actually on a date right now. Like,
no.
I love this. Someone offers the mum a drink. They're like, do you want a drink? And she's like, margarita. And then it's Blake with the long hair. And this is the beginning of the end for Blake. Because she's incredible. Like, oh, honey, we don't have any tequila over there. Does mama like vodka? And she goes, no. Gin? No.
I'm pretty sure I said what I wanted.
And it's literally like Blake with the long hair is like, this is your funeral, bitch.
She did not, there was not a second where she pretended to care about this human being. Like,
no.
She hated him.
Like, pure, just...
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it was like he'd stepped in something. Like, she hated
it was so
this man.
Good to watch. So they start talking anyway. Blake's pretending to make her a drink. And she's just immediately, her first question is, so who cooks? Who knows how to cook?
Wow. You'll be happy to know that two of the boys were working the barbecue. Making grub for the rest of the boys in the previous episode. But things take a turn.
Things take a turn for the worse. She just can't let go of how abrasive Blake was.
She
fucking hates him so much, and it is so good to watch. Blake makes a joke, like they split up into two groups, and Blake makes a little joke, like, haha, like, I hope you eliminate like 3 guys in there. And Vanjie's mum turns around at him and goes, we're about to eliminate you next. And it's like, dun, 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 dun.
She fucking, I've never seen this on she just hates him. And he's like just a normal guy. Just completely not a single thing he has done could warrant this kind of behavior.
I mean, the hair, hat, mustache combo, questionable. But that aside, yes.
But truly, she was just like, you get the fuck out of here. You're disgusting to me.
We get a confessional from Ernesto being like, Linda, you better listen to her. Don't come for a Latina mom. I know this woman. And I'm like, so I feel like all the Latino cast have a little bit of an edge here because they're like, they know how to think, which now we get to possibly my favorite moment of the whole series when Jose starts speaking in Spanish to Vanjie's mom. He's like, hola, mi nombre es Jose. And then she goes, do you speak English? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, because I speak English. And I'm like, read her, bitch.
It was.
It was so good.
So good.
She's literally like, I did not come to this country for you
Yeah,
to
think
be on
I
a
can't
reality
speak
show.
English, bitch.
It's so good.
Have I not been speaking English the entire time? You fucking piece of shit. There is not a single thing she could not turn into offense. Like, it is.
She'll
spin it.
spin it around.
But it also, like, Vanjie, I would say, has a people pleaser personality. And I believe that this woman is the reason.
Yeah.
Because Vanjie, like, she'll work hard to try and get everyone in the room laughing with her. But, yeah, I think it's because that woman.
Derek makes a cardinal sin here. He's like, we're sitting outside. Everyone's inside talking to Vanjie's mum. What the fuck? He's like, I'm doing it. I'm going in. I'm going to go in and question it. And I'm like, girl, don't you do that.
Don't do anything around her.
Don't you do that. And he walks in. He's like, so sorry to interrupt, but there's people waiting outside. They really want to speak to you because you're mother of superstar, international diva
superstar,
icon.
yeah.
And she's like, she's basically like, fuck off. She's like, you will get your chance. She's like, what's your name? Adds him to the list. Oh my God.
She throws a hatchet at him.
Mum is very status driven. So she asks him, she's like, I want to know your status. Who has a sugar daddy? Who has children?
Who's
Who is
looking
single?
for a long-term relationship?
It's like, whoa, okay. Then we get a confessional from Derek where he's like, I don't need to use Grindr. Grindr is for like desperate, pathetic gays. To which I was like, wow, okay,
Yeah.
mate, you've got some issues going on.
That's a lot. I mean, like, that as a stance in the gay community really wigs me out because I'm like, it's not different people on there. To the rest of
the
your
same
community.
people that are on all the other
It's
ones.
just it's the same group
They're
of
just
people.
more ready to
They're just
suck dick.
the intention is clear.
Yeah. What's with Americans and just not cooking?
This was so.
So they're like, who
bizarre.
cooks? And they're all literally like, they all go, I'm an Uber Eats gay. I'm like, that's not a gay.
That where
Like they were like, I'm a DoorDash gay.
I mean, if
Like,
you
sorry?
you spent time in the States,
Yeah.
you can't buy food there. It's like
But do they just not? Do people not learn how to cook?
no,
Yeah,
no. My
that's evident.
grandmother spent like 50 minutes like broiling a fillet of salmon.
Broiling. I
Yeah.
love that.
It came out the color of chalk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are not a cooking people.
No, but I love that it's like, oh my God, you can cook.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
Listen,
like-
we didn't invent freedom and democracy so that we'd have to cook.
No. Now we meet Jarrett. So Jarrett's like the kind of methy looking one. He's almost got a Katya out of drag vibe.
Yeah, yeah.
Like bloodshot
Yes.
eyes, sinewy body, leather jacket.
Yeah.
But Vanjie's mum is into it. She's
She
like, Jarrett,
loves that guy.
she loves it. And she basically says to Vanjie, like, this is the one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
I listen. She wants to know where to get the bag.
Pretty
That's the tea.
Pretty much. Blake starts speaking to Vanjie's mum and she's already decided that he's trash. Like, she's like, no, not into it. She's like, I'm sorry, it's spiritual. I just don't click with you. It's like a message from God. I just think you're a two-timer. She goes, you're a two-timer. You've got that look. You got that two-timer look about you. And he's literally just like, okay.
He was like, this is what he said. And she was like, I just get a
You're a
really
disgusting piece of
dark
trash.
energy.
Yeah.
You just seem really unwell.
And with that, we never see or hear from Blake
I
ever
just
again.
need, like, that is the energy I need to take into the world.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop you there. You seem to have a really fucked up evil energy
You
about
have a
you.
two-timer energy.
You
You've
seem-
cheated on someone.
You are awful. Can I get you to leave now?
Episode 4 is called Love and Uranus because there hasn't been enough star sign discussion yet in this show. They bring in a fucking astrologer.
Actually, she, to me, is the only misstep we have as a guest.
We didn't need her.
I didn't like her energy.
Do you know what? She looks like a fucking two-timing piece of shit.
Get her out of
Get
here.
her the
She's
fuck
a
out of there.
two-timer.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
She just has that look.
She just has...
She looked like she'd have a cheesy foreskin.
No comment.
Anthony continues to be a chaotic bottom. He acts like he doesn't care. He's like, send me home. I don't care. Do what you want. And then Vanjie's mum's like, so you don't want to be here? You don't think this is important? You don't think this is the most important thing you've ever done in your life?
What else were you going to do with your 24 hours? What time do you think it was at this point?
Oh God. See, instead of hours to go, I wish it just had the time.
The time.
Because like, yeah.
It's dark.
It's getting,
Yeah,
it's
like the
getting
morning
late
light.
at this point. Nick is the one with the peroxide hair. He's like, he thinks he's winning with this comment, but he's like, Vanjie, do you want kids? And Vanjie's like, cuts to confessional with Vanjie. She's like, let's start with a goldfish, a hamster. I don't want no kids. And then the bell rings, Miss Vanjie. And she's like, do you know what? Off with your head. And Nick gets sent home for asking about children, which I'm like, yeah, too soon.
Too soon.
In this room full of everyone.
I
don't know.
mean, I don't think children should be allowed near Vanessa Vanjie Mateo.
I agree.
Like, and that's not a anti-drag thing. That's
No.
just an anti.
Oh, yeah. In this economy, we're going to say that?
I mean, I do say that a lot.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like, yeah, I don't want children near me,
No.
and not for their safety, for mine.
I love as well. She doesn't remember his name. She's like, what's your name? And he's like, Nick. And she's like, thank you. Goodbye. This is the bit where Vanjie starts vibing with Javante, a.k.a. Blue. Mm-hmm. And she decides that he's got a big dick. And I love this.
I just get this sense about you.
She goes, I just got the sense. He's got one of those. As soon as you get a text message from him, you feel a tickle in your ass.
That is so...
You literally just put a camera on Vanjie and like go, and she just delivers.
He's got that dick that when you get a text message from him, you get a tickle in your ass. Like the dick is arriving through
but like
cyberspace.
She hasn't seen it. She's decided that he's got a big dick. He does have a little bit of BDE. This is the one with all the turtlenecks with the print.
Yeah.
Contact lenses in. Oh. He's got like a not-for-profit or some shit about anti-bullying. I'm like, okay, calm down.
Okay, Gaga. You'd be like, oh, actually, you could. What's it? Oh my god. She's tried to start a union for the reality TV stars of the Real World. Bethenny Frankel.
Fuck off with that. Like seriously.
I mean, listen. I want support out there. I want a union. I want to see the picket line.
She thought she was gonna like single-handedly like bring Andy Cohen's empire like down with that, and I was like, honey, get in line.
The Norma Ray like getting on top of that table and ringing that bell. I swear
it's
to
not
God.
happening.
Yeah, Andy was like, take her out.
Take
her out back.
Pretty much. She was just here doing a tour.
I loved her TikToks. I don't know anything about Housewives, can I say? But her energy online reviewing Australian snacks and being so
what did she do? I can't
She
stand
was
her.
like, I love her.
Yeah.
But I know nothing of her. But only because she was like, I tried this snack. It's called a licorice allsorts. And me and my daughter tried it. It is so delicious. And I was like, and she was like, when I first sold the Skinny Girl margarita, I only sold that part of the brand, but I still owned the rights to Skinny Girl. So we have Skinny Girl
Imagine
athleisure.
owning the rights to Skinny Girl.
And that's how I made $1 billion on Skinny Girl.
And I woke up in the morning, $500,000.
I just...
Oh my God. Brandon Lingerie is next in the hot seat, but Vanjie is like vibing with him. Yes. They all kind of vibe. And it's like, okay. And then finally, Vanjie's mum leaves the mansion. Joe arrives.
Annabelle is exorcised from the mansion.
Should we skip the star signs? It was seriously boring.
That was the only dud
bit. The only bit worth talking about is that Jack, with the makeup from Wisconsin, was like, I'm really into star signs. Pick me to do the reading. And then they don't pick him to do the reading. To which I was like, good work, producers.
He had to end up with a Libra.
Yeah.
He's like, the book that I read.
The book that I live my life by.
I have to end up with a Libra.
So Vanjie's still digmatized by Javante. She goes, he's got one of those heavy-duty eggplant nasty dicks. Ernesto gets red. They're both Libras, blah, blah, blah. finally,
Wait, what star sign are you?
I'm a Leo Virgo.
You're a Leo man.
Yeah.
Is that your rising or is that your moon? Or is
I
that
don't
your
know.
sun?
I don't fuck with all of that. I just know one thing. I'm a cuspy.
Oh, you're a
cuspy girl.
cusp.
Yeah. I think I'm more Virgo, apparently.
You're definitely a Virgo.
Yeah.
Look at this gorgeous setup.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Virgo with, like, you should see my spreadsheets. They're insane. What are you?
I'm a Virgo.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah.
When's
yeah.
your birthday?
The 21st of September. I'm the other end.
Oh,
of
you're the
Virgo.
other. I'm 25th of August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but I'm a Aquarius rising, Aquarius moon. So
What's okay?
you have not hung out with enough bisexuals and lesbians at Flippies to
No.
to
Oh my
know your
god.
full
Oh my god.
chart.
We went to Flippies last weekend. We went to Daddy and then we went to Flippies. So intimidating. They were doing karaoke. They were like mid.
Get
like
into Flippies.
it's so good.
It's so good. I love Flippy. I mean, like, I always am like, I'm a guest here. This is like
Oh.
one of the few like queer femme places in Melbourne. But like, it is, the energy is
Stunning.
like 10 out of 10. It feels like a Greg Araki movie. Like the interior design is like 90s corporate chic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
And then Miss Vanjie, it's time to cut. And it breaks my heart to say it, but Vanjie cuts Sexy Craig at this point. To which I say,
I think
I'll
he had
have
to
him.
get up early in the morning. I think like some of these must have been dictated by
he
that.
was fucking hot. But anyway.
I wonder, you could probably set that up.
Oh, I've already been in the DMs, don't you worry. I haven't, but
Shouldn't.
Gottmik and Violet arrive
Thank
down the
God.
lift, slow-mo down the lift, looking gorge. Fuck me. This is like, I wish the whole show was just like this bit.
This energy.
Because this was the whole bit. Violet immediately just starts pointing at them and being like, tell me about this look.
Explain why
Explain
you're wearing
this
this.
Look.
I was going for a Brokeback Mountain thing. Well, you didn't get
You
there.
failed.
I just, because also the thing that people always miss, like there's a lot of Drag Race fan, like obviously we
Yeah.
know about Drag Race being a toxic fandom.
Yes.
But a lot of the fans don't understand the appeal of Violet and Gottmik is that they are airhead
Genuine
cunts.
cunts.
But genuinely
stunning.
Like, and they're so pretty and they will step on your neck.
Can I say, so I have partied with Violet before.
I'm so
and
jealous.
She is legit this. Like, she's very, very fun to hang out with. So much fun.
And she's also
And
one of
she
the few
loves to
drag queens
fuck.
that has never lost her edge. Like, she never got freaked out by the criticism online.
Yeah.
She just stayed above it and was like, no, shut up, you're all stupid. And like,
she's
has
gorgeous. Are you
stayed
kidding me?
being the top bitch. Her fucking Crazy Horse
Yeah.
residency.
Oh, it looks...
It's she's just the
crazy.
fucking best. She is probably, aside from maybe just Alaska, my
Yeah.
favorite winner of all
Oh,
time.
amazing. Yeah, I would say so
I
as well.
love her. She's so good.
And Gottmik, how are you finding her on the current season of
This is really
whatever the
interesting
fuck
that we're
we're watching?
talking about this show now.
Yes.
Because both Vanjie and Gottmik are on
Oh,
the new
oh my God,
season.
totally.
And in their press for that show, they talked about how they hooked up before. They had horny DMs and then they had a Netflix and chill. So the contact, yes. So they've fucked before, absolutely.
I love
And I
that.
wonder if it happened before or after the Vansion.
Maybe it was in the Vansion.
Fucking hell. We're never getting our cleaning deposit back. But that is such an unlikely duo.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that I'm missing is like Gottmik is a brat, like a Charlie
Yes.
XCX
Yeah,
style
yeah, yeah,
brat.
yeah.
She's
the- yeah.
so annoying, like in such a fabulous way. But like her energy is so like, let's go fucked up.
Gorge.
She just-
Girlies, gorge. Gorge,
so-
girlies.
And I just think the show of Drag Race
Yeah.
doesn't do enough to. It wants to showcase her like journey as a trans man in the
Yes.
drag scene, which is interesting, but not as interesting as her being a little fucking troll doll who's like a nightmare. Like that is so much better.
I love this bit where, so they're reading them all for filth, and then Gottmik is like, oh, I remember you. I've seen your picture to Jose. She's like, I had to retuck after I saw your picture. And I was like, yes, bitch. But then also I'm like, please stop like feeding Jose's
Don't help.
ego. Like
gremlin after midnight,
Exactly.
yeah.
He doesn't need any more fucking like self-love. Gottmik and Violet are like, I think you should eliminate all the hot ones that we want so we can fuck them. And I'm like, yes! It's
Never
so
on a reality
funny.
TV show would you see such ulterior motives. But also, Violet quickly is in vintage Jean-Paul Gaultier, like 1990s or like early 2000s.
Good.
Screen printed body with a singed waist at like 3 a.m.
They read Ulysses. They're like, are you wearing socks or are they ankle socks? And he's like, ankle socks. And I'm like, to me, ankle socks is a red flag. Like,
I'd rather you don't have feet.
I
than wear
agree.
ankle
Ankle
socks.
sock gays are like not okay with
I
me.
don't need to know about that.
I don't need to know about it. Vanjie's like, they're talking about Noel because he does a dance. Noel's introducing himself to Violet and Gottmik, and he's like, I'm a circus performer, I can dance. And they're like, dance for us, monkey. And he does the foot thing, like he's on his feet and he like
and
flips up, and they're like,
Violet was like, well, you didn't need to do all that.
yeah, you shouldn't do all that. And then Vanjie goes, he'd be good stretching me out and all the compartments and all the components. Vanjie's confessional moments are like, each one is gold.
And this is the other issue with All Stars 9 is that Vanjie is not putting conflict with anything. In this, she's putting conflict with her own ego and what she wants out of love and like the attention. But like in All Stars 9, because there's nothing for her to chew on. So we don't get the Vanjie that we actually need. Like they've kind of robbed her of a context.
They have.
So she doesn't work.
And because there's no fight.
No.
There's
Her
no
and
reason for her to
should
be
be
there.
going to each other's throats.
And I would love that if that was
We
happening.
were robbed. We were robbed of like a conflict full season 9.
Violet is vibing with Ernesto's braces. She's like, I like the braces. And I'm like, yes, Violet. She's good tasting, man. And then the Miss Vanjie alarm sounds. And Violet goes to Vanjie, can you please eliminate all the ones I want to fuck?
She's like, listen.
So I get to fuck them.
I've got some clear ideas. You can cut.
Yeah. And then they make the executive decision to finally send home our chaotic bottom, Anthony. Mainly because he's the most wasted of everyone.
He's gone by that point.
God, he doesn't even know what's happening.
He fell over at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Exactly.
Like, it's now been 12 hours.
And they're getting rid of him and he's like, what? Like his exit interview was so fucked. He has no idea what's going on.
He's talking to a wall.
Yeah.
Like at that
and
point.
then Gottmik goes, okay, well, she was the drunkest and now she's gone. So it's me. Who wants to beat me? And I'm like, I love you, bitch.
I love it. The idea, because like, you know, you've been to LA. No one, like people party in LA, but because you can't get home on a train,
You need to party at a house.
you
at
need to
a
party.
mansion.
You can only party at a private party, like, and that's why so many like LA celebrities have DUIs is because it's like really hard to like. Everyone goes home at like 1. Like I remember going out, me and my friend, to Silver Lake to go and like. This was years ago, but we were like going into the gay bar in Silver Lake.
What, Akbar?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were going to Akbar and we got there and this is my friend Elle from Melbourne and she is like a rock dog party bitch.
Fuck yes.
Like very Amyl and the Sniffers coded. And we were like in the Uber, we get and there's this massive line out the front, like people milling around everywhere. And we're like, oh my God, this is going to be our night in LA. We get out and they're like, honey, it's over. It closed. And it's like one in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is
when
we
that's
decide,
when you.
That's like.
But you know what? This is why I love LA because I'm done by then. Like, I literally either I'm asleep or I'm like coke fueled orgy. But like, do you know what I mean? Like,
there's no.
Like, I only have those 2 modes, so this is why LA is for me.
I'm lucky if I can get out of the house, like as a cross dresser. Like I think like if I want to go out to party, like I'll normally be landing around 12 or 1.
Yeah.
Because then you're there for the kind of prime period.
Violet calls out Ernesto and Derek for cuddling. She's like, what's going on over here? What's happening back here? These two are because like they're like one had like their arm on the other and it was like, what the fuck's going on? And then they confess that they're both Libras.
That's right.
They're like,
and they
we're
talked about
Libras.
that in the reunion. I would kill myself. This is when Derek is like, I have a thing for adult braces. And then adult braces is like, oh, I just thought we were being sister girlfriends. And I'm like,
No, they want to fuck. I would watch them fuck.
yeah.
Like they were the mustached girlies of the.
Where was that?
Yeah. I feel like this show is like so close to being porn. Yeah.
I
Pretty
would
much.
watch the show as like
Sure.
if they had like a porn arm of the show, like Big Brother Uncut.
I would. Oh
with
my
hardcore
god! If they
fucking.
did a special season of this show,
I mean, WOWPresents Plus could use the subscriptions.
honestly,
There are definitely OnlyFans that have more subscribers than WOWPresents Plus.
absolutely there are. Vanjie's pissed. She's like, nobody better be making connections except me.
She does have the Riddler vibes.
She does.
Well, this is the issue of once you bring gay reality TV
Yeah.
together, it just stops working because it's like the binary is broken. Like, yeah. What would your character be if you were on a reality
That's the
TV
thing.
show?
I don't know.
Would you be messy?
Chaotic
would you be a
gay.
bitch?
Yeah, I would be a cunt.
I mean, that's great. We need
I would have
more
to lean
cunts
in.
on
I'd be like
television.
villain. It would be fun.
And friend of the show, Jean
Yeah.
Lizard.
Jean Lizard. Yeah.
Jean Lizard, what do you think her persona would be on reality TV?
Well, if we were on the same season, I would be chaotic gay and she would be chaotic fag hag. And we would just destroy everyone.
Yeah, good. You'd
Yeah.
be the Gottmik and Violet.
Gottmik is downing straight liquor at this point.
The Hennessy.
So good. In the hot tub, the faggots reminisce on Who's Gone Home, which I was thankful for because I forgot everyone's names. And then this is when Mick and Violet raid the fridge. This is their peak Paris and Nicole moment. She's like, oh, there's maraschino cherries. And they're just like,
Look, there's little heart-shaped ice cubes. How cute is that?
oh, so cute.
And then like Gottmik's like, I'm gonna get up on the kitchen island, and then Violet's like, here's the maraschino cherry, you little slut, and she just starts, and then she's like, catch it in your mouth, and then like the true Paris Hilton that she is, she starts piffing them at her to hurt her and laughing uncontrollably because she's a sadist. It's incredible.
This is the bit where Vanjie tells Gottmik and Violet that all the boys are bottoms. And Mick is like, honey, no, that's not good for you. And then we get this confessional where Vanjie tells us, she's like, I like to do the show. And after the show, I like to eat a Taco Bell. And I ain't got time to douche. She calls it douche.
Well, then,
But no one
obviously,
corrects her.
It's better if they're all bottoms, if she doesn't like to douche.
She doesn't like to douche. Violet says she's ready to go at all times.
She's on
because she takes
probiotics.
fucking probiotics. And Vanjie goes, I know for a fact that this bitch be shitting because one time we shared a trailer and she clogged that shit up and the trailer smelled like shit for like a week. That was a
is
quote.
So funny and so unnecessary. And this is why this show is perfect, because
Perfect.
that is stupid.
Mick says she can send all of them home, but 3. She's like, they're all shit. I've decided there's 3 that are good. Violet is into Derek with the mustache.
Correct.
She's like, I'll have Derek
Of
if you don't
course
want
she
him,
is.
kind of thing. And I think this is what then ignites, because you know when you're with your friends,
Yeah.
and there's someone there and they're not that hot, but then your friend's like, that person's hot, and then you're like, oh, I guess they are. I feel like that's what happens here.
Yeah.
And Vanjie all of a sudden is like, oh, Derek's hot. But she didn't think that earlier.
But I think that the thing that I get from Vanjie is that she has no taste.
Oh, zero taste.
Like,
She has
her
no idea
choice-
what's going on.
Her men's choice is bizarre. Truly
Very
and deeply
bizarre.
bizarre.
I mean, she thinks Jarrett is the front runner at this point. And Jarrett
she
looks
just
like
sent
he's...
home our tall Wisconsin baddie. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway. So Vanjie sees white picket fences with Jarrett, which I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And then, this is so good, they're all like, hang on, where's Brandon, our lingerie designer?
oh,
And Violet
just
is like,
quickly-
where the fuck is Brandon?
Can I quickly say,
Yeah.
Brandon, when he said that he was a lingerie designer to Violet, she
And
was
then
like,
showed, and
she
Violet
she
was like,
ah! Show me. Come
and
on.
they loved it.
Stand on it. Be proud. Like, if you're going to fucking say you're a lingerie
Yeah.
designer, show me
It
your
was
fucking
so
lingerie.
good.
And then he pulled down his pants and revealed
a brown
it was
lace
maroon.
It
was a Merlot
It was
colored.
stunning.
and
just
assless.
full ass out.
That was a yeast infection waiting to
But
happen.
Violet screamed. She was like,
she
I love
was like,
it.
listen, impressed.
She was like,
yeah.
T. But then they're like, where the fuck is Brandon? And guess what? In a show where you only have 24 hours to impress global drag superstar Vanessa Vanjie, you're going to take a nap upstairs? You're going to take a nap upstairs?
How could you sleep? How could your human desires possibly take
I'm
you?
not okay with it. It's a disgusting,
It's sick.
disrespectful thing to do.
Unwell.
So Brandon is caught having a 20-minute nap. No, this is so good. He's like, I slept for 30 minutes. Okay, 60. Okay, 75 minutes.
Every time, because they do it 5 times or something, where he's like, this is how long I was sleeping for. This is incredible because this is where the show changes its tenor and you're like, no, everyone is exhausted. The show is 24 hours of love. So we are now on the other side of the rainbow. These kids are getting tired.
It's like Who Can Survive Kick-Ons vibes.
Well, it's
like
Be Alive.
It's
alone.
It's alone.
It's alone.
Basically alone, but
in
a gay LA house party.
Yeah.
Which I'd be out like first. They send Brandon home because they're like, you can't
I'd
sleep.
be like, why aren't they giving them all Dexies? Like, what's happening? Everyone should be on speed.
Where is the showrunner with the Dexies? I think they set Brandon up. I reckon the producer was like, yeah, sure, go for it. Have a little nap. And then they're like, hey, Violet,
go
scream at this bitch. So they send her home. And I love that it takes Brandon so this is episode 5, the end. Start of episode 6, Brandon is still there.
Also,
he's trying to leave, but he's just like, he's so drunk and he's like, it's not fair. It's not fair that I shouldn't have been sent home because I'm here for the right reasons.
And she's looking for love is not in that house.
And just some of these faggots are not here for the right reasons.
Obviously each time, listener, they had a confessional that was immediately after they left. And it is like whatever state
I've
they
been
were
calling them
leaving
exit interviews. Like it was an employment.
Their exit interview is whatever state they left in. So this man is tired, having just awoken from a nap in a drunken stupor. And he is like, I might have slept 25, 40, 78, 93 minutes. But this is just how long it takes.
97 minutes.
But when Violet,
so good,
a guest judge on the show, is like,
esteemed,
get out, kick rocks.
She's like, oh, you thought you could just have a nap on the show. But to make it all even better, so now that Brandon is gone, then they're all allowed like a sanctioned nap. I fucking died. I think they literally were like, "Oh no, napping is completely fine."
No,
it's actually in law that we need to provide.
We do need to give you all a little sweet nap, but someone doesn't nap.
So good. During the nap, Jack, our Wisconsin queen with the makeup, takes this opportunity to.
He says, "I'm not napping. I want to talk to Vanjie."
Talk to?
Ooh.
Ooh. She basically forces herself into Vanjie's room. Well, first they have this weird moment on a massage chair, which I was like, okay, what's going on? Why is there a massage chair in this house?
It's a great Airbnb, let me tell you.
So they kind of flirt on a massage chair, and then do you think they fucked?
No, there wasn't time.
Hand
and
head?
Definitely like a handy, no head.
Oh,
hand.
Hand.
I think it's just hand.
Okay. No, I think you're right.
Because I just don't think there's time to do the proper fucking... Like, I think that what we're witnessing is like 5-minute nap.
At the most. Javante has no idea what time it is. He's like, I don't know what time it is. It's the morning now. Jack and Vanjie are still cuddling in bed. And... So we've got 8 hours and 53 minutes to go, by the way.
Oh my God.
Ulysses is like trying to figure out where Jack is. The group bursts into the room and they're like, oh. And then I love this Dakota who, you know, Dakota thinks she's the star of the show, right?
Yeah.
She calls Jack the B plot. I was like, wow. You think you're trying to produce this show, bitch? But they all go downstairs and there's like a weird challenge where they have to play with vibrators.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So weird. It's like first thing in the morning, they're hungover / still drunk. And it's like, here, play with some vibrators. And then, Vanjie! The bell goes. And Vanjie decides that Ulysses, as cute as he is, which he was very cute, it's time to go.
The show would have benefited, I think, for a season 2, if that ever materializes, from a host.
Yeah. Oh, this is a new thing, though. So this is a trend in reality TV at the moment where they do no host. So, I'm watching a show called MILF Manor at the moment. They rely on the cast to, like, read text messages out. So they'll be like, oh, we just got a text. And then one person will be like, hi, everyone. They have to, like, read the challenge. I don't know if, like, entertainment industry is like struggling. We can't afford hosts.
Maybe we're post-host.
Post-host.
But I love like a Gretel sitting and commentating above the whole
in a
thing.
big stiletto heel.
Yeah.
On the uncut heel. Yeah. The best thing about Big Brother Uncut was more often than not, all the guys were uncut.
Australia, we love you.
We love it.
Yeah. Dean, hot dogs. Logan,
Jamie Brooksby.
Jamie, the Logan twins. Only one of them would go naked.
The Logan twins, not as hung.
No, they weren't hung.
But still
was,
very cute.
Do you know what was good about it? Is
I'd still load
there
them.
was there was a timid brother, and then there was the non-timid brother, and I just loved it.
Oh no, I want the timid
we
one.
know what the dick looks like, and it's not all that.
Not all that, but they still, you know, they had like the bod and the charisma.
Absolutely.
Episode 7 is called Wig Jock because finally we get to style wigs. It's the morning, they're
Styling
hungover.
and wigs are 2 words that I would not apply to the things that I've seen in this episode. Let me tell you, listener.
Oh, it's so good. Like the fact that they've just had like Vanjie's mum terrorizing them. Mick and Violet like just wearing them down.
It is a very like Texas Chainsaw Massacre Survive the Night or like Scream where it's like there's a killer on the loose. It's Annabelle, Vanjie's mother.
And she's sick. And she wants to see sick shit happen.
At 12 o'clock you'll be visited by the monsters. Like
totally.
Yeah.
Vanjie isn't done cutting bitches though. And weirdly, she cuts Javante, the one who she's like digmatized for. She just randomly sends him home.
Well, that's it.
What's that about?
It's the Logan twins rule. You don't need to be digmatized.
So bye, girl. So now they have to style wigs, which of course Dakota is like very excited about because she gets to be like, did you know I'm a sex worker and a drag queen? And we're like, yes, we know.
I can't wait for Dakota to be on a season of Drag Race so they can like flash back to this.
Do you reckon they would do it?
I hope
I
so.
think that's what she was hoping for.
Oh, totally. But I don't think Drag Race is aligning their brand with sex workers because they're so obsessed with like we are the world.
Vote, like register to vote.
And like, drag is safe. And it's like they want Nina West out there like at Disney weekend.
Don't.
But it's like, I want Dakota.
I want Dakota
telling her story.
I want Dakota talking about how penetration is okay on OnlyFans.
And
thank you.
Get old mate to sell her lingerie at
Brandon.
DragCon.
Oh, I love Noelle. So Noelle is still there, the acrobat with the things. Noelle is so hot. And also, do you know what I love about
is
her
that
the
your
most?
pick?
I think so.
No, apart from Tori.
Apart from Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the best bit is she's like, I'm hungry. She's like, do we get to eat at any point? And then this is the twist. They're like, you have to cook brunch.
That's right. So the winner of the whoever
wins
like
the wig challenge.
The wig challenge, which is like Vanessa Vanjie as well. I need you to know it's like 5 in the or 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
She's tired now. Like she stopped caring about the show about 10 hours ago, and she's like,
she's fucking done.
All right. So what we're gonna do is put on wigs. Get on the wigs,
Miss Vanjie.
And then like they're all putting the wigs on, and she's like, I guess it's you, and the winner gets to make us breakfast.
Breakfast for me and guess what? My mom's coming back. And fucking Annabelle re-enters the mansion.
I'm so glad that they chose Annabelle to return. Like,
Do you think that was always on the call sheet?
I think they said.
I think they said she's at Taco Bell around the corner. Bring her back.
When they put on the underwear, they were clearly catwalking to a RuPaul song, and then because you could hear snippets, and then they couldn't get the rights to the RuPaul song on WoW Presents Plus.
Oh my God, I did not catch that.
It's incredible. But the other thing I will say is that there's a sound library that you get access to if you work for WoW Presents Plus, and we selected the music for Highway to Heal based on that. And I heard
time to get on the highway to heal.
But we used some of the tracks that are in this song. Like
you
this
robbed
show.
them from the mansion.
Well, everyone's using the
hang
same
on.
stock library.
Who used them first?
Yeah, the stock libraries are working hard.
They are working hard. Get that money. Derek is called Dumpster Davina. It's her drag persona.
I liked her.
Which I thought was cute.
Working it out. Have we seen Derek's dick? What are we doing?
I looked for hours for all of their dicks. Of course.
Have you found?
I found 0 dicks. I mean, obviously, you can get Dakota's.
Yeah.
You can get Jose's dick.
Yeah.
Who else has the OnlyFans? You can get all their dicks.
Yeah.
But none of the... Yeah, no. You can't... I don't think you can get Derek's dick. What are you Googling there?
Derek.
24 hours of love.
Derek. His name is Derek. Okay, here we go.
The Viveros?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bitch, you know.
Bitch, I've already had a look.
Bi-weekly newsletter. I don't know that I need a bi-weekly newsletter.
Yeah, because in America, they don't have the word fortnightly.
Do they not?
No, they use the word bi-weekly, which is the dumbest thing ever.
Oh my God, he's private.
What?
And who's he followed by? Drew Drogi? Coco Peru?
Oh.
Benign Girl?
Benign Girl follows Derek?
Yeah.
I love that.
Did she watch?
Benign Girl, you thirsty bitch.
I'm going to follow as well. Derek Viveros. Okay, sorry, as we were.
So it's a mess. None of these faggots can even make packet pancakes. The breakfast looks like a hot mess. Noelle is still dying of starvation.
And
then Vanjie asks for some alone time with her mum. And there's 4 hours left of this fucking show.
Truly, we are now like, it's the end of a horror film where like,
who's going to win?
Dawn of the Dead, like Night of the Living Dead at the end of that where they like wake up and like all the corpses are scattered around. It's very that energy.
It's that. And the Vanjie bell rings and Ernesto gets sent home, which I was not okay about. I thought he was going to be top 2.
I thought he was going to make it to the end.
Yeah.
I mean, the decisions have been insane up until this point.
Yeah. Vanjie wants to know more about Dakota, so they have a little one-on-one. Oh my God.
No, she does not want to know more about him.
And then the more she learns, it's like adult. She's like, so I know you do drag and pregnant pause. And then Dakota goes, adult work. And Vanjie's like, yeah, that, whatever. OnlyFans.
I was like, I wonder if it's the drag or the adult work.
Dakota opens up and gives his like 12th speech about the stigmatism of sex work. And then Vanjie's literally just like, do you know what? I'm not going to waste your time anymore. You can like leave the mansion.
You're like, I've already wasted a whole day and a whole night. Let's not waste any more time.
And so we say goodbye to Dakota. So he cried on the way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like,
Brave.
this always happens to me. I never get chosen for anything. And I'm like, wow, is everyone in LA just this broken?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, if you have confidence in LA, you actually are a sociopath.
Like she spirals in the exit interview.
But like, if you...
She's like, every time I put myself out there for anything, I get rejected. I'm like, shut up.
I don't know that there's a way to maintain like a healthy self-image in LA.
Yeah.
Like, I think it just makes you a crazy person.
It's
Because
fucked.
the only people that can succeed in LA are sociopaths.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll do it.
Speaking of sociopaths, lie detector test. So then Vanjie goes, do you know what? We're going to do a lie detector test because you don't know what kind of sociopathic lying motherfuckers are out there.
She is so tired at this point. She's like, you know what? We're gonna do. Wait, what is it? A lie detector.
A lie detector
What
test.
is it? Test. She's so exhausted. She cannot
She's
handle
fucked.
another second.
And also, the mum is there to administer the test because she's a trained lie detector test technician. They start with Jack, and Jack is shitting himself.
Oh no! And the other part is they say we don't have time to do everyone.
No, we don't have time to do everyone. We're just going to do
A
you.
rare thing for a reality TV show. We don't have time,
We don't have time.
or budget to do everyone. One of you gets to go in this part of the challenge.
So Jack, who didn't get to do the astrology reading, gets to do the lie detector test, which he's thrilled about. And he already starts going, look, I've had a lot to drink and I haven't slept very much. So I don't know, the reading might not be very accurate.
I've heard that these readings are only accurate if you haven't drunk and been
in a
trapped
mansion.
inside a mansion.
Vanjie's mum is like, are you here for Jose or are you here for other reasons? And Jack's like, here for Jose. And it's like, and then Vanjie goes, what does it mean when it's going up and down real fast? And they're like, it means he's lying. Anyway, they have to eliminate someone, but they send Noel home, the hot acrobat. Noel, which fair, like, we have not said anything about him besides he's hot and he can like flip around, right?
Yeah, listen,
so
he
boring.
made breakfast. I don't know.
Yeah, he was shit.
Yeah.
So that means we've got a final three.
This is so
Jarrett,
exciting.
Jack, and Derek.
Yeah.
I was shocked by Derek.
He's a producer's friend. There's no
Yeah,
way.
There's
no way he's a real person.
Yeah. So they each get an individual date with Vanjie. This is funny because the dates last for like 5 minutes each because, you know, time is money,
darling.
bitch.
We don't have time to date properly.
Derek's date is like they play cornhole and they like have a cocktail. They're just still drunk and it's whatever. Jarrett plays basketball with Vanjie and it's like, if you get it then you earn a kiss. And they have a little kiss, blah, blah, blah. And then Jack's date is like they pop a bottle of sparkling wine and the label is like covered. And they reminisce about the good times. So this is when I was like, okay, producers, I see what's up. Jack is clearly the favourite here. He's getting a montage.
He's getting a full storybook moment.
So she picks Jack. Which is, that
is the
So they fucked, right? Or they spent the night together.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense that she would pick her. But it feels
was a
weird.
I mean, like, also it's just like, he was not for me.
Not for me either. The whole time I was like, I didn't think she was genuine.
No, and also it's just like that level of preened and manicured and pedicured and cured was too much for me. I'm like,
agreed.
There was something going on with that child.
They've since broken up.
Yes.
Can confirm.
But they did date for like 3 months.
And so also in the reunion, I love. So we hear about Rose hooking up with the Uber driver, everything. And then Ernesto wins Miss Congeniality.
Like our dear Ivory Glaze.
He's right. To which I'm like, I love that they brought Miss Congeniality into this show. That made me very happy.
I think it's really the whole ending to the saga is a reunion at DragCon at LA at the House of Love cocktail.
Oh my God. So this whole show was sponsored by House of Love cocktails.
House of Love!
Even though they did not have them in the mansion.
No.
Did you notice?
Hennessy.
Missed opportunity.
I think they got the sponsorship.
The sponsorship came later.
Yeah.
Before
House
the
of
product
Love
had hit
didn't-
the shelf.
Today's episode was brought to you by House of Love!
House of Love cocktails. And that's it.
And
we did it.
But like, the show is exhausting.
I'm exhausted
Intentionally.
talking about it.
Because by the end of it, everyone is tired. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like real shit. Like, you are in there with them, experiencing this exhausting night. Whereas like on Australian TV, like when they have The Block or Married at First Sight, those shows go for 3 months.
Yeah.
And
this went
they
for
seem
24 hours.
that's the right amount of time for
Yeah,
people
I
to
agree.
act foolish.
Also, it's like very realistic to a night out
Yeah.
where you like,
You've
you've got the options there. You speak to 18 guys on a night out, right? And
Absolutely.
then there's one that you
might date for 3 months and have a Twitter beef with.
well, Miss Vanjie, come on.
Fuck, we really
The final
did it.
vote. We did it. We
made it through the whole
made
of
it through the
24 Hours of
whole
Love
show.
with Miss Vanjie.
Near perfect reality television.
And it probably never repeated. Very niche. I would say this is like this and Work of Art with China Chow. I don't know if you love season 1. It's on YouTube. But like those are the two like precious niche reality TV show things that you can like only know if you know.
Yeah. And Highway to Heal.
And Highway to Heal, which is of course 100% real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Lazy
Oh my
Susan,
God,
for
thank
joining
you so much for having me. And look, we've done it in record time.
I know. Only 2 hours.
And I'm going to scooch my ass off to trivia now, I guess.
I might even join you.
Who
knows?
Are you crazy?
Are you crazy? All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Cringe is Real with me, Sam Cremian. If you would like to support the show, rate, review, share, and tell your friends about it. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the show notes.